Good morning from the office. I'm your host, I'm your host. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I'm your host, BKP, the voice of rural America, North Georgia's only live online morning show, coming to you from Ellijay, Georgia. Welcome, California, I guess. All right. I got all that, right? I got that. Okay. These are all the ways. Good. Did you have a great weekend? Oh my God, what a weekend. The fourth grand opening of the Mercedes-Benz Dome, the fourth official grand opening for the Falcons. In the second half of the show, Richie's got a little bit of personal from a contact, some personal footage and photos from the stadium yesterday. So we're going to do that in the second hour this morning. We always want to let you know. Now, Rose, in a minute. Rose, are you paying attention? Rose, are you paying attention? There you go. Just checking. Wanted to make sure you're paying attention. Got to make sure Rose is paying. There it is. That's that pay. Now, I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not going to. No matter if you beg me. No matter if you send text messages. No matter if you say please. I'm not going to tell you why. It's really important that Rose pay attention this week of all weeks. Right, Rose? There she is, already not paying attention again. But I'm not telling you. It's important for Rose. Anyhow, our social media director, Rose, we asked questions about DACA last week. What did you think? And you answered those questions. Now, we're not going to do it right now. When I get in a little bit, I'm going to have Rose come in and share. You come back with some great answers for us here on Good Morning from the Office on our question about, hey, I said last week, do you send the dreamers back after the taxpayers have made this enormous investment in them? And if you made an investment, what's your return on the investment? Send them all home? Are they required to do certain things? You answered that question. We're going to go with that in a little bit. You know what I miss? I can't hear you. Oh, okay. What do you miss? Let me tell you what I miss. I miss when I go in somewhere getting carded. You know, I do. I miss getting carded. I mean, you know the age that you get to and nobody cards you anymore. It's like a bummer. You know what I mean? It's like I could have premature gray. I really could. You know? Don't shake your head in there. All right. But I'm serious. You know, I go to the liquor store. I know, before all of you get all worked up. And I buy cheap cigars. That's it. At the liquor store. But, you know, I remember like the last time somebody carded me at the liquor store for cheap cigars. You remember that? I don't know why I'm going there this morning, but I miss getting carded, you know? Well, but I do like when I go to the grocery store, and I'm not going to mention any names, you go through the self-check. You go through the self-check and you scan that bottle of wine, okay? I go to the self-check and you scan that bottle of wine. I do watch. It doesn't matter. That little machine tells you to get your ID out and take it to the front counter. Yeah, I was in there the other day, and there was a guy, I wouldn't say a lady, but there was a guy that, you know, I wouldn't have carded, but that scanned that bottle of wine and said, get your ID up front. I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay, St. Louis versus Ferguson, and that's not a fight. Well, maybe it is a fight. What is the difference in the Black Lives Matter riots in St. Louis versus the riots that happened in Ferguson? What are the difference there? I mean, you have a white cop acquitted for killing a black alleged drug dealer, right? I mean, there's some parallels here. White cop. I mean, it's always the white guy, right? White cop. You have the white cop, and you have a black, my words, thug. My words. You know, you remember the great graduation cap and gown they had on Michael Brown? You know, remember that? All right. So this guy here, I forget what was a Smith. I forget his first name. All right. Alleged heroin dealer. All right. they're going around the internet with him holding a baby in his arms, okay? To some, that's heartbreaking. To me, I think he's thinking that's a future customer. That's the way these thugs think. I'm sorry. You can dislike me if you want. Don't get me confused with somebody that cares whether you don't like me because I said these people are thugs. All right, anyhow, well, how do I get on this stuff right on Monday? Right out of the box. What a week it will be. But what's the difference between Ferguson and St. Louis? What's the difference there? The Emmys last night, I don't care. I do not care. America does not care. America does not watch. We don't care. All right? No interest. You think if you do outrageous things, you'll get some sound bites. I do not care if Sean Spicer came out. I don't care. I don't care if Alec Baldwin got some Emmy for playing Donald Trump on Saturday night. I could care less. Don't care. All right? Period. And ratings are showing. Ratings are showing in the NFL. We don't care. We're not interested. Ratings are showing in their award programs. Their ratings are showing. Okay? There you go. But the bad part of this all, then why do they keep doing it? Because the sponsors are as leftist. Did I ask for a picture? Well, maybe I did. Who is that?
That's Sean Spicer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I asked for a picture. Richie did the right. I didn't know. I can't see across the room. Yeah, there's Sean's. Good job, Richie. I'm like, what the hell did you put up? All right, yeah, there's Sean Spicer. He comes out last night. So we don't care. But here's the problem, folks. Well, why, if their ratings are going down on this channel or that channel, why, if this show and that show, the ratings are in the tank, why do they keep doing it? Because the major, biggest sponsors are as leftist as they are. I mean, they pay them to keep doing it. Yes, I'm not going there. Already gone. Hey, did you see Trump's golf swing everybody's freaking out about? Did you see the golf swing? Oh, my God. You know what? This is one time I got to say, Trump makes me a little nervous with his finger on the button. He does. I mean, the Twitter button, at least. I mean, for those of they made a big deal. And there are actually people sitting around discussing Trump with his finger on the button. If he can't control a retweet, how can we trust him with the red button? I'm serious, man. I mean, it's that comical. So Trump, he does make me nervous with his finger on the Twitter trigger. I mean, I got to give it to him. I mean, I know we're screaming about Paris climate, the Paris Climate Accord. Are we in or out? I know we're screaming about, we're going to talk about that a little later, Chuck and Nancy. And oh my God, the media's head is spinning around trying to figure out, do they like this? Did you enjoy any of the shows? Oh, there it is. There's the golf swing. Oh, yeah, Trump has one hell of a golf swing. The bad part is that golf ball hit Hillary in the back of the head. All right? And that was, I mean, what a swing. Bada bing, bada boom, right in Hillary's back. And so anyhow, where the hell was I at? Oh, anyhow.
Chuck and Nancy.
Oh, yeah, Chuck and Nancy. Did you watch the morning shows? Do you like the morning shows? I mean, I know you don't like them, but what I enjoyed yesterday is you have 4 shows, and I don't watch CNN. I'm sorry, I don't even know what the number is on the dial. I know for you kids at home, we used to have a dial, damn it. So if I say I don't know what number it is on the dial, just let me go with that. All right, the remote. All right, so I don't even know what number CNN is on the dial, okay? So anyhow, I'm watching all 4 of these lefty shows. I even call Chris Wallace. I mean, come on, he's a Democrat. I'm watching all 4 shows, and they don't know what to do. They're trying to figure out, do we like what Trump's doing? Do we not like it? Do we question it? Are we confused? I mean, they're all over the board on that. I really enjoyed it. So we'll talk about that a little later. Trump retweets. Okay? So it's real simple. You go down your Twitter account. He's got nothing to do in the afternoon. He's sitting there, right? The 11-year-old kid has just finished cutting the grass, right? And he patted him on his head and told the little boy to go home. And when he got done cutting grass, play baseball. Yeah, all American, all American. Okay, we'll get to Frank in a minute. Don't put up Frank's pictures yet. So he's sitting at home. He's got nothing to do. He said, "Let me check out what's going on Twitter." All right. Oh, I like that one. He keeps playing the video. I'm going to hit retweet. Oh my God, they did 20 minutes on Morning Joe. 20 minutes on Morning Joe. Okay, so boom. All right. So Rocket Man. Now, the media is going nuts over Rocket Man. Put up Kim Jong-un or Young-un. All right, this is the guy over here. Trump says, "How's Rocket Man doing?" He calls the South Korean president. "Hey, how's Rocket Man? How is he doing? How's Rocket Man?" And he's talking to the president of South Korea. "Hey, how is Rocket Man?" Right? So wait for it, Richie. Don't screw this up. All right? Don't jump the gun here. No pun intended. Okay. So anyhow, he's Rocket Man. How's Rocket Man to it? So, oh my God. Trump, it could start a world war. This guy, we don't know the reaction he has. We got this morning, we've got who else but David Ignatius. We always got to go to David Ignatius to find out what he thought of Trump tweeting out Rocket Man. Well, it's not very presidential, and we don't know Kim Jong-un's reaction to this. See, Kim Jong-un is not upset that he was called Rocket Man. He's just wondering what Trump was really calling him. Now put that other picture up. Could you see the Rocket Man is your cue, McFly. Elton John. So he's like, Rocket Man. So Kim Jong-un's sitting over there and he's saying, "Did you just call me Elton John? You calling me gay? Is that what you think?" See, that's what he's over there thinking. The media's all messed up, Rocket Man. I'm serious. I had to have fun. Rocket Man. Yeah, how's Rocket? All right, take that down. Take that down. Okay. This weekend, okay, we're going to go into this. Now, first of all, I need to tell you folks, I'm expecting a phone call on a developing story. So I want to give the audience, all of you at the audience, a heads up. I'm expecting a phone call on a developing story. When it comes through, I'm going to say, "Go to break, Richie," and that's it. So we're going to go right to commercial, real abrupt, no matter where I'm at in any report we're doing here. So when that comes through, because it's a developing story, and I don't want to give you too much on it, and it might be later after 9 or something like that. So just letting you know, whenever that call comes through, going to break, we're not going anywhere. Okay, this weekend on the shows, all right, with the meeting with Nancy, okay, Laura Ingraham, put up Laura Ingraham. You got her picture? Okay. Laura Ingraham, and I'm going to pull it up myself here. Imagine this. This was on Meet the Press, okay? So this is on Meet the Press. Imagine if he would have called out to the crowd, "We're going to build samples of the wall." All right? We are going to build samples of the wall. President Donald Trump made a lot of campaign promises. A lot of campaign promises. All right? The wall is President Trump, for me, the wall is read my lips. No new taxes. Okay? George H. Bush, okay, campaigned, read my lips, no new taxes. Okay? George H. Bush cut a deal with who? The Democrats. So we're talking about, let's stay with this just a minute here. Go ahead and put up, let's switch from that. No, let's stay with that because this is the signature one I'm talking about. Now, we're all concerned, all right, just go real quick to MSNBC Rush. They even put up Rush because Rush Limbaugh said last week, is he tone deaf? Is Trump tone deaf? I mean, has he lost in his ear? Are the people around him, has he really lost the people that were keeping the reality of rural America and you and I in the president's ear? Is he tone deaf? This is all about these deals with the Democrats. So let's go back to Laura Ingraham. Here's the thing, folks. You are concerned with President Donald Trump saying Chuck and Nancy. Like, Chuck and Nancy, what are you doing for dinner? Chuck and Nancy, you want to go to a Broadway play? Whatever, okay? But you're concerned that he cut a deal on the debt ceiling. But DACA last week really concerned you. I mean, over the top concerned you about him cutting deals with Democrats, okay? Now, I for one told you last week, he has to do something. We got 800,000 of these dreamers. If we start drilling down to how many are, have criminal records in this country, certain things, it's probably not 800,000, but we do have hundreds of thousands. And I, for one, told you last week, we have to do something. Something has to happen in this country. We got to do something. George H. Bush, and not to waste your time, okay? Mr. President, there's never a such thing as a deal with the Democrats that works out. There's no such thing as a deal with Democrats that work out. Now, whether you're pushing Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell into a corner and saying, when you get your act together, we'll go back to working together, I don't know. I'll elaborate a little bit more on that later in the show, what I think. But for right now, there's no such thing as a deal with the Democrats that work out for you. Now, you would be the first. I'm saying it here on this show. You would be the first to make a deal with the Democrats that it paid off if you get reelected. If you do not build the border wall, George H. Bush, S&L crisis, savings and loans, okay? Built 14-story buildings out in Texas with no access to them. We had them sitting in the middle of the field, built in the air, no access to them, okay? S&L scandal, all right? One of our many financial collapses in this country that we just don't like to talk about. So George H. Bush campaigns no new taxes. No new taxes. Can you say Lincoln Savings and Loan? Can you say Keating? All right? No new taxes. So he gets in the White House. They come up, Mr. President, if you will raise taxes and we will dedicate the taxes to the S&L scandal, and we will dedicate that, we make sure that all the money, not scandal, but the bailout, the S&L bailout, might as well be scandal, bailout, right? And we got to do something, Mr. President. We can't just walk away from it. We have to do something. We're in for a major collapse. Does that sound familiar? But if you will cut a deal with us, we will go out and we will tell people you had no choice but to cut that deal. Now, parallel this. The reason I'm going in the Wayback Machine here is because Chuck and Nancy, right? Chuck and Nancy are coming out and they're just bragging on the president that they have a deal, they're negotiating. So that's exactly what the Democrats said to George H. Bush. We have no choice. We have to make this deal. And when we make this deal, we will come out, the Democrats will come out and say, you know, the president had no other choice but to do this. So they raised taxes. President of the United States went back on his promise not to raise taxes. Read my lips, no new taxes. Went back on that. The Democrats in some ways made it look like they were working with the president, but at the right time, at the appropriate moment, they stabbed him in the back, right? And you have Bill Clinton as president of the United States. No new taxes. I said it Friday, I'll say it again. Mr. President, if Nancy Pelosi in 2018 becomes the Speaker of the House, her first, I would think first, maybe not, but her first act will be bring up articles of impeachment against you, and the Democrats that so love you now will be the ones to vote for those articles of impeachment then. So the deal, be careful. The reason I keep bringing it up, Laura Ingraham, tone deaf, the wall. If you do not build this wall, if your voters, because you have to at least have your base, if your voters do not see that wall going up, I think they will accept that Mexico doesn't directly pay for it. I've said it on this show many times. Everybody says, well, Mexico's going to pay for it because they're waiting for the, Ed McMahon prize truck to show up and, the Mexican president to hand Trump a check like Publishers Clearinghouse. That may not be the case. But if you don't build that wall, it will probably be the issue, among others. But that one right there, that you won't get reelected. And if you make these deals with the Democrats and you don't build that wall, if you look and say the wall will come in time, okay? The wall will come in time. DACA has to be done first. No. Now, I apologize for bringing Congressman Doug Collins into this, but I'm going to put him on the spot. Congressman Doug Collins says, quit grabbing a mop and mopping the floor with a broken pipe that's gushing. Go fix the pipe, then grab a mop. Well, I'll tell you what, let's build a wall. Let's fix all of our border security issues. Let's stop chain migration. Has to stop. We talked to Senator David Perdue right here on this show, and the RAISE Act. He said explicitly chain migration had to stop. Okay? So let's stop chain migration, build the wall, get all of our border security in place. Then let's deal with who's inside our borders of the United States of America. Let's not do a deal that may possibly allow more to come in. I don't know. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I think Rush calling him out as tone deaf, samples of the wall, interesting. Well, now, here is, I want to do two things before the break. There's nothing better than to prove a couple things about Trump voters. So MSNBC, just want to show you, go to the one that says True Trump Voters, MTP, True Trump Voters. The first one. That's the title I put on the picture, MTP, True Trump Voters. Is that it? No, that's number 2. There's True Trump Voters, and there you go. All right, that works. Okay, gay marriage. In favor of gay marriage. Democrats, 77% are in favor of gay marriage. So is Elton John. GOP, 42% of the GOP. Now, don't you find this interesting, okay? So 77% of Democrats. Now, why is it necessary to take these polls? But true Trump. Now there's a true Trump supporter, okay? There was a Trump supporter, and now there's a true Trump supporter. Only 31% of true Trump supporters believe are in favor of gay marriage. You racist, no good, white supremacist, Nazi loving, whatever you are, true Trump voters. Go to number 2. Now, this is the second one. It's very important. More diverse nation. Are we a more diverse nation? Uneasy. Democrats, 10%. No, we're not a more diverse nation. Okay? Who's uneasy about being a more diverse nation? Okay? Democrats, 10%. Okay? They're not uneasy about it being a more diverse nation. That doesn't bother them. GOP, okay, but 56% of the true Trump voters are uneasy about a more diverse nation. I mean, nothing, Chuck Todd and MSNBC or NBC on a Sunday morning can't get through, absolutely can't get through the broadcast without at least, painting Trump's picture, racist and whatever. I'm going to go to break. It's 8:26. Before I do, put that picture up of Ken Burns on Face the Nation. It was a good interview yesterday, okay? Ken Burns on Face the Nation. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. He started it. There's a 10-part series, the Vietnam War, that started last night, part 1. I'm recording all 10. I'll probably watch it 2 or 3 times. I know, I'm very boring. Some watch Star Wars. I watch this. All right? But I watched this last night, this first part. And we're going to talk a little more about North Korea because I think I think the schools should start showing this immediately because it is Vietnam. But what we have to understand is after World War II with the French, and after World War II with the Russians, and after World War II with Mao and China, and we let China go into communism, and how we actually fought the Chinese. So you think, have we ever been in a war with the Chinese? Yes. The Chinese lost big amount of troops in North Korea, and they pushed us all the way back, okay? They pushed us all the way back. That's why we came up with the demilitarized zone. And you hear a lot of things about the 17th parallel in Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh and the Viet Cong and the Ho Chi Minh Trail, so on and so forth. And I don't want to say I love that because it's an ugly time, but I really enjoy that kind of stuff. But this is something the kids need to start watching immediately. Now, I don't know how well he'll do in all 10 parts, but he did lay the groundwork very well. Now, I hope that he gets into, they got in last night to Truman. They got into last night Truman. They got into Ike, Eisenhower, and they got into Kennedy. I mean, they just touched the surface on stuff. I think they just laid all the groundwork. There's 10 parts of this. I just hope when they get into Johnson that they really talk about the lying no good piece of you-know-what, that Johnson and McNamara, what they did to our kids and lied to the American people about Vietnam. Anyhow, that was, the only thing I think when I see this picture and I watch this guy, I like the guy, but like yesterday I'm watching him on Facebook. You know what I'm really thinking? Is that really his hair? I don't know. Was that silly? I will tell you, we're going to talk more about that because that was very good. And I'm going to tell you, North Korea, yeah, we got a problem over there, folks. Oh, by the way, take us a break, Richie.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Hi, I'm Casey McGraw, the General Manager of Schottenkirk Ford. We're going to start doing something here at Schottenkirk that we're really excited about. You may have already noticed our Facebook page, the new edition of the 360-degree videos. This allows the user to control the video in virtual reality and see it from any angle you choose, simply by moving your device or scrolling with your finger or your mouse. At Schottenkirk, we've decided to take this groundbreaking technology and apply it to the car shopping experience. Now, if you're interested in a new truck, a family car, or a brand new convertible Mustang, you can simply log on to our Facebook page or our YouTube page and see it for yourself in full HD 360-degree detail. Or contact one of our sales associates who will send you the link directly. If you like what you see and want to take it for a test drive, simply stop on by and take it for a spin. At Schottenkirk Ford, we're committed to not only keep up with new market technology, but we strive to be innovators, while always keeping your comfort and convenience as our #1 priority. So follow us on Facebook, check out our new 360 VR videos, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken.
Folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You know, I never want this show to, I don't like to rush through the show. I don't want it to be over, but this is one of those mornings when this show ends, I got to find, you know, the person that brings donuts on Monday morning to work, and then you got to find out what the hell did they do wrong? And what are they in trouble for? Why'd you bring the donuts? I'm just joking. We're having our donuts here this morning. Oh, are you paying attention, Rose? Because this will require you to pay attention in a minute. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. I am the voice of rural America. Donald, listen up. The people are concerned with some things you are saying. The Donald. First of all, how do you get in touch with us? 706-889. Put it back on the screen for me, Richie. You had it up a minute ago. 706-889-9700. Chief at FetcherNews.com. At Fetcher News. At FYN TV. Now, something else we want to add on. Go and like. Friday night, we were... Can you say in beast mode? Is that allowed? Were we in beast mode Friday night? Because that's why I asked Jason. I said, Jason, what about Jason Banks, our director of Team FYN Sports? We were all over. I mean, if you go on the Twitter sphere, there was just Team FYN Sports. I mean, bam, sports from North Forsyth. Bam, bam, scores from Pickens. Boom, Murphy Bulldogs. Boom, Gilmer Bobcats. Union Panthers. Fannin Rebels. I mean, it was all over the board. We were knocking it out of the park. So I asked Jason, I said, Jason, was that not an awesome Team FYN sports coverage night? He said, we were in beast mode. That's right. I'm going to tell you what. We are ready for region football play in North Georgia High School. We're all over it. Team FYN Sports is all over it. We're excited. This Friday night, region play. Don't take this wrong. The first four games, I don't want to say useless, but the first four non-conference games in high school football are irrelevant. No matter where your team stands, if you're 0-4 in conference play, 2-2, 3-1, 1-3, wherever you're at, Friday night is when the lights come on and it's for real conference play. Do you pick up that I get into this? You know, I don't just fling this out here, like fling, did it stick? I really don't say this. I always say, you know, I give if the good Lord's willing. And I don't say that tongue in cheek. If the good Lord's willing, I will be on a sideline of high school football every Friday night till I just can't anymore. Where am I going with that? Oh, we want you to follow our new Team FYN Sports Facebook page. We got a Facebook page dedicated to our shows. We have 4 shows. We had a knockout of the park show last Thursday with Coach Parker and the Pickens Dragons. Tonight, I'm going to be up in Union, Circuit World, 7 o'clock, Union with Coach Brian Allison, and we're going to see if those Union Panthers are ready for region play. They had a very good non-conference, 4-0. But some of the teams the Panthers played up there, we just got to say, not a lot of competition, but they do go into region play 4-0. So we're going to ask Brian Allison if he was able to see everything he wanted in those first 4 games to go into region play. That's tonight at 7 o'clock. And we do that on our Facebook page. We run that live on our page. We have been getting 600 and 700 views just on the Facebook side of that, and that is awesome. I want to thank you on that. And that's tonight, 7 o'clock. Panthers playback. And we always play back last week's game and look at their upcoming challenge of the week. Now, I know I'm putting a lot of time into this. I knew what would happen as soon as I started talking high school football. But we want you to like our Facebook page. You know, by the next segment, will you please crop in the next segment a shot of our Team FYN Sports Facebook page for the next segment and put it up so people can see where I'm telling them to go to, because I'm going to do it again in a minute. So, and then we want you to follow us on Twitter at Team FYN Sports. Moving right along, I'm expecting a phone call on a story. And it's a breaking story, and as soon as my call comes in, I'm going to be going to break if it happens during the show. So just let you know, because I'm working on a pretty good sized story in Blue Ridge that really has a lot of moving parts. And I don't think Chief of Police Johnny Searce is going to like this story. But then again, when's the last time I did anything Johnny liked? All right? But anyhow, okay. That being said, moving right along. You answered the question. Now, President Trump is making deals. Are you ready, Rose? Because seriously, I'm ready to go into this now. President Donald Trump is making deals with Democrats. And last week, put up Rush, okay? Put up Rush. And then you can go back to that one there, but put Rush up there first. Rush Limbaugh asked last week, and the media they played it this weekend on MSNBC, is the president tone deaf? Is he tone deaf? Now, before you say that I'm a conservative, before you say that I have conservative opinions, and that the people on that answered the question are all conservatives, not true. We might have on our Facebook page, we're up to 12, 13,000, maybe more, I don't know, that like our page. We got some pretty good numbers. And out of that 10, 12, 13,000 or whoever's on there, we don't know who has what political or affiliation or who has what views. So last week we asked, do you take? Go ahead, put that up. Now, Rose, what is the question? Could you tell us what that question was we asked last week?
The question was, BKP wants to know, after all of our investment in education and etc. for dreamers, would you send them home?
Okay, after all, now leave your mic up there, because after all of our investment, what are some of the comments? Can you pick out like 4 or 5 of the best? I don't care, and give us some of the comments that you out there answered on this?
Yes. From Tanya Turner Jones, she said, yes, you are illegal, insinuating send them home. Also, we have from Zaba Foster, why can't all the so smart, educated people go back and make their home countries better? And then lastly, Mary Goebel. Any blame for their situation lies with their parents. Send them and their parents back. I'm sure their parents can help them adjust to their old country just as they did when they smuggled them here.
Oh, all right. Now, wait a minute, Rose. I read one in there. Can you look through there that talked about them paying the taxpayers back or something? I forget what it was. Do you see one in any reference like that?
There was several. There was one by Charlie Williams. Let them pay us back for all we have given them for free first. Then we can talk. Beyond that, bye, Felicia.
All right, folks, those are a handful, and I will tell you the comments are overwhelming. Thank you. Go ahead, take that. The comments are overwhelming. People are not okay with this deal. It's overwhelming. I think I read all the comments, and out of the comments, there's not 1 or 2 that are just green lighting, giving them just, amnesty. There's not. The American, our audience is saying, hey, what about all the money we spent? What about all of the free health care they've gotten throughout the years? What about all of their kids? I read one on there, these kids are getting free school, free tuition, things like that, not paying bills. What about our kids, our poor kids that can't afford to go to school, and our citizens, our young people that are strapped with student loan debt and things of that nature? How about we take care of America, the citizens, first? So I'm going to tell you, I don't know. And I said something has to happen. Now, is there going to be some kind of deal? I don't know. But Donald Trump needs to realize, and he does not, the president should not be tone deaf on this one, okay? Should not be tone deaf. Overall, I think now, they want you to believe, the media wants you to believe, okay, that the media wants you to believe that only 12% disagree with making a deal. Only 12% want to send them back. Only 12%. All I'm saying is if we're going to cut a deal, say, look, sorry for what your parents did or whatever. You can't vote. You can't vote in the United States of America, and see if they want to stay. I'll tell you what, give them the option of you can have everything for free. We're not going to make you pay anything back, okay? I'm not saying we actually do this, but say we're not going to make you pay anything back. You can have everything for free, okay? We're going to give you citizenship. Now, take the test, you're a citizen. We'll let you have anything you want. You can't vote. You can never vote in the United States of America. Your kids can, but you can't. Watch what happens. Watch exactly what happens. I'm going to move on from that because I'm telling you right now. Did I tell you already I don't care about the Emmys? I just want to make sure. Did I say that over there in the room? Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm very clear all day long. I do not care about the Emmys. Okay. Why? Let me try to get to this story, see what I have here. All right. St. Louis protests turn violent after white cop's acquittal leaves city on edge. Okay? This is a big one. Pay attention, McFly. Sorry, that's a term of endearment here. I don't know if you understand it, okay? So it's really not a derogatory term. Back to the Future, McFly. So if you're not paying attention, it's pay attention, McFly. Don't get all upset, okay? St. Louis protests turn violent after white cop's acquittal leaves city on edge. Protesters in St. Louis turned violent as darkness set in Friday, with at least 4 cops assaulted and numerous demonstrators maced following the acquittal of a white officer in the shooting death of an African-American drug suspect. But wait a minute, I want to put that back. You ready? White officer, okay? You can't trust Whitey. We know that, all right? In the shooting death of an African-American drug suspect. A black heroin dealing thug. That's my translation. Okay? I just had to go there. St. Louis Police Department tweeted Friday evening that the protests were no longer considered peaceful as protesters threw bottles. Okay? Now the judge, okay, Smith. Hundreds of demonstrators took to the street in St. Louis Friday after judge found St. Louis police officer Jason Stockley not guilty during a bench trial Friday. Okay, absent a jury at request of Stockley. He did not want a jury. You have that right. We got to be careful here. You have the right. You have the right to a jury of your peers. You have the right to a non-jury trial and put it in the hands of the judge. You have that right in the United States of America. Whether you're white, whether you're brown, whatever, you have that right. So Stockley was charged with first-degree murder after he shot Anthony Lamar Smith 5 times in 2017 following a high-speed chase. Stockley said Smith holding a gun and felt as though he was in danger. Okay? Now, the gun found in Smith's car only had Stockley's DNA on it, promoting the prosecution to allege it was planted. All right? Now, a couple things took place here that why is this being treated different than Ferguson and Michael Brown? Now I forget the officer's name in Ferguson, but why is this? And he was acquitted.
Darren Wilson.
Who?
Darren Wilson, I believe is his name.
Yeah. Well, he was acquitted. Remember, he was acquitted. Darren Wilson was acquitted. Okay. And Ferguson, white cop, of course. But in Ferguson, in St. Louis, there's one. Now, you remember in Ferguson, You had all the media group wearing their, you had Harrigan with Fox wearing his helmet, like he was in war, and he was walking down the streets following protesters. Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Why are you breaking the windows of a CVS? They only have cough medicine there. You should be headed to the liquor store. Why does the liquor store always get hit first? Okay. And Foot Locker. Foot Locker in the liquor store. Okay. Brother needs a new pair of kicks and a drink. So, anyhow, they go, they were following. Remember the media and all the satellite trucks? And, and Michael Brown's, dad or stepdad and mom, jumping on a car, burn this mother down and, kill the cops. And Al Sharpton got the bullhorn out and dusted it off out of the case and get me the next flight to Ferguson. And I don't know what is so different about this picture. You remember that? Al's out there. Didn't Al speak at the brother's funeral? Didn't Al just slick the hair back, get the Jerry curl going, and give a couple of these, up there at the funeral, talking about Brother Michael Brown and the injustice? Didn't they do all that? I mean, there's something just not, I can't connect the dots to why Ferguson, white cop, acquitted, drug dealing kid, would not stop, got shot, whole story, boom, 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 right? What's the difference? Oh, Barack Obama was president. Oh, why are we so divided? Oh, why are we divided as a nation? Are we more divided today? Did Barack Obama have anything to do with fostering the divisions in our country? You remember I tell you all the time, you look at me like something's funny. I didn't realize. I didn't realize we hated each other. I didn't. I knew we had problems. Yes, I didn't. I knew things weren't perfect, but I didn't realize it. I mean, I was glad somebody finally told me, In fact, there was days I didn't realize I was white. Okay? I mean, they just passed right by me, Anyhow, but Barack Obama was president. Eric Holder, there's people like Eric Holder, Loretta Lynch, Barack Obama. Wow. Joe Biden, but you see, Donald Trump, if you go to all the news accounts, I have not, unless this has happened in the last little bit, I have not heard Donald Trump go and sensationalize and get involved, with this, I haven't.
No comment. No public comment on it.
Right.
That's the big difference, isn't it?
That's it. But Barack Obama knew what he was doing. It was all set up by the media. The media it's cahoots. One of my favorite words, cahoots, okay? They were in cahoots. The president, your attorney general, the Al Sharpton, the domestic terrorist. All right, they called in the professional domestic terrorist, Al Sharpton. You got Eric Holder. The list goes on, right? And, so that's the difference right there. That's the difference. Is I will tell you this. The police officer, yes, the DNA. But I'm going to tell you now, the revolver, the size of the revolver that supposedly he found tucked down in between the passenger seat and the armrest, that he pulled out, discharged the gun, took all the bullets out, supposedly, and put it on the driver's seat. Supposedly that happened. But the judge said, watching all the video, and even not the dash cam video, but even spectator or bystander video, public video, that there was no indication that this would have had a big bulge, that this officer could have really hid this, and they watched everything. He didn't see anywhere where this officer hid this weapon on him to place it. That's number one. And number two, on the dash cam, when he was chasing the guy, he said, "I'm going to kill this." It's on the audio, blank, or blank. So I don't know, but The judge decided that was an emotional thing. Is this the judge?
This is Judge Timothy Wilson right here.
Yeah, and the judge felt that that was an emotion of adrenaline that was going on in a high-speed chase, and that was irrelevant to the killing of this young man. So we have a heroin dealer, okay? We have what is the big thing? Magnus cum laude. What is the big deal? The high school. What your top honors? Top honors.
Valedictorian.
Well, valedictorian. We'll go with that. Valedictorian. All right, we'll take that one. Valedictorian. So you remember Michael Brown? I guess that's what I'm looking for. Michael Brown was portrayed almost like he was the valedictorian of the class. You know what I mean? You remember that? And and everybody assembled out there, and it was just a sad day at that funeral when the domestic terrorist Al Sharpton spoke. So anyhow, this one here, heroin dealer, thug heroin dealer, St. Louis, folks. Inner cities, I'm going to end with this. The inner cities of the United States of America, and not the big ones. You always think New York, Houston, L.A., the inner cities of the United States of America, we have pockets of these cities. Atlanta, don't matter, Newark, New Jersey, even small like Ferguson. We have pockets of these cities that are gone. I know as pessimistic as that sounds, they are gone. Period. The thriving economy in that area on the corner where they're selling the heroin is a liquor store, a drugstore, somewhere to buy bread and milk, all right, and lottery tickets, all right, and malt Colt 45, okay, malt liquor. I swear to God, you can hate me if you want, all right? That's just a fact. Go down there and look, all right? And what is the economy based on in that area? Government money, period. All government money. There is no capitalist money spent it's 100% government money, 92.8%. We'll give a couple percent to possibility, all right? That there is nothing there. It's all generated government money from food stamps, housing, you name it, checks that go into these areas. They're gone. And the reason these areas are gone is because of progressive ideals, progressive policies. Democrats for the last 50, 70 years, we can't go all the way back in the history book, Woodrow Wilson, and the Great Society of Johnson, that low life, no good. Oh, I tell you what, I got to hold back the words. That is the most. I know Woodrow Wilson, a lot of people, the father of progressive, and also the father of the Federal Reserve. But buddy, when it's presidents, I can say nice things about Kennedy. I can find something nice to say about Bill Clinton. I mean, he was Bubba. But LBJ, that low life, no good. There you go.
Wilson was government schools, though, and I think that was the biggest.
Right. So, but the point is, that's what you got from the Democrats. And that's what Trump's trying to turn around. But what's the difference in Ferguson and St. Louis? I will take a brief break. It's 9 o'clock. I am waiting for a call. I didn't get the call. I am waiting for the call. So when I do, because we're working on a big story. Rose, let me put this out. Now, tell me how to frame this, because I don't want to mess it up. But I would like to ask nicely to where it doesn't get everybody all worked up, okay? Especially women, Rose. I don't like to upset women. So I don't want this messed up. You got it? I mean, the men in the audience, I don't care. But, remember when you used to get carded?
Yes.
You think you could frame some kind of question like that?
I can do that.
You think you can do it? Get that out there. Let's see if I get any responses.
You're asking for trouble.
I'm asking for trouble. There you go. Must be Monday. Take us a break, Richie.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge. Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels. Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca, and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge. The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hey, you know what I was thinking during the break. You know, we're asking a question. Where we got that on Facebook already? Have we tweeted it out? Let's do the whole thing. What is the question we asked?
The question was, BKP wants to know, do you remember the last time you were carded at a bar?
Now show us the picture. Come on, man.
We're still working on that.
All right. When they show the picture, I have to tell you, this is my favorite. Hey, I'm your host, BKP, FetchYourNews.com, at FYNTV, at Fetch Your News. Good morning from the office. Chief at FetchYourNews.com, 706-889-9700. Follow us on Twitter also, at Team FYN Sports. Join, subscribe to our YouTube channel for all of our videos. Fetch, FYN TV, Fetch Your News. Don't say you can't find us. There's 9211 ways. Okay, you got that picture? Tell me if you remember this one whenever we're ready.
Still working on it.
Still working on it. Okay, I can deal with that. This is a last minute thing. But seriously, we want to know from you, when is the last time you got carded? Now, this is for a certain age group, okay? You know what I mean? You know what? Wait a minute, should I say this? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to say it, Rose. You need to pay attention to this because this is something I should not say as usual, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know, if I worked at the liquor store, I'd card every woman. No matter who they, you know, I would. You know what I mean? But that would just be me, right? Anyhow. Oh, you don't look 21. I shouldn't have said that, right, Rose?
We have a picture.
You got the picture. All right, who is that? That's McLovin. Remember McLovin, folks? You remember Superbad, the movie? You remember McLovin? That is McLovin up there. Way to go, guys. That's McLovin, Superbad, the movie. That's his fake ID, remember? Okay, where are we at here? There's got to be a story that... Where's my phone? What'd I do with my phone? I'm waiting on a big call. My God, and this is live TV. I got to start acting like there's a little bit of organization around this place. I don't want to miss a call. I'm working on a big story. If it comes in, I hope it comes in during the show. If not, we'll definitely have it tomorrow. All right, so we talked about the difference of Ferguson, right? We got that, okay. We go no further, and what are you doing for Constitution Day? Okay, 9:07, let's start this hour out. Actually, September 17th, yesterday, is actually Constitution Day, but we celebrate it on September 18th today. Now, I think it's interesting that we're celebrating it today because I would really like to know how many people are truly celebrating Constitution Day. I wonder how many of you plan, should this not be a 3-day weekend? How many of you are planning a barbecue, taking the boat out? It's Constitution Day. I mean, there's Labor Day, Memorial Day, but it's Constitution Day. I wonder how many classrooms today. There will be several. Okay, I don't want to say that many of our teachers, okay, because I love our teachers, but and we support our teachers here. But how many? I wonder how many classrooms will actually do something today on Constitution Day. If this will come and go. Constitution Day commemorates the signing of the U.S. Constitution by 39 brave men on September 17th, 1787, recognizing all who are born in the United States. This can't be right. I have to be reading this incorrectly. Recognizing all who are born in the United States or by naturalization have become citizens. Oh no! Then that would mean this Constitution does not apply to the Dreamers. That would mean that several that the Democrats argue for on a daily basis are not protected under these constitutional rights. Well, I think just that alone, they should be tearing down George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Alexander Hamilton's pictures out of the White House, anywhere in the Capitol, or anywhere they can find them, because this says all who are born in the U.S. or by naturalization have become citizens. All right, doesn't apply to all. Read the asterisk. It's always an asterisk. Constitution Day. Now, what else do I have on tap? Well, I don't mean beer. I don't have that on tap, by no means. We've talked about, did I tell everybody I could care less about the Emmys? Just want to make sure. Okay, I told everybody. And let's see, I'm going through my stories here. I got a couple of them. Now, here's an interesting. This is what it's come to. Now, this one, I don't want to let this slide. I mean, other networks are doing the big stories, okay? I like to do the little stories that will surface again later. That is what this show, are we famous? Yeah, all right. This is what this show is famous for. It's scratching around the surface of stories that will come up later. And you say, interesting. Now, first of all, $100,000 is not a lot of money in the scheme of things. It is a lot of money to me, but it's not in the day-to-day. Now, this is where, what do you think? Amazon, Google, Facebook, all of these social media sites, Twitter, should they be used? Let's put that question out. Should social media companies, for example, Facebook, Twitter, I guess Instagram, that's owned by Facebook, I guess, I don't know, Google, the list goes on. Should they be treated by our government as the same as utilities, national utilities? Okay, like we do utility companies. Should they, or public utilities, that's the word I'm looking for. Should they be treated the same as public utilities? Because, you see, this is an area they just don't have the control over. Now, they're going to use Facebook as a tool to say they manipulated an election or helped the Russians manipulate an election. And this is the reason we need to have them treated like a public utility so that we could have some oversight. Oh my God, government oversight. Oh my God, now I know. You want to talk, write that down. These are some of the words that set me off, okay? Government oversight. We need some government oversight, okay? To prevent, we prevent things. I mean, these are the words. Prevent this from happening again. To not, something that would attack our core values. We don't even know what the hell our core values are. Attack our core values and possibly destroy our democracy. Okay, okay. So, fake Russian. Now, Mueller, okay, fake Russian Facebook accounts bought $100,000 in political ads. Okay. Now they're looking into this, providing new evidence of Russian interference in the 2016 election. No wonder Trump had to hit Hillary in the back of the damn head with a golf ball. Shut the hell up about this 2016 election. Facebook disclosed Wednesday that it had identified more than $100,000. Now this is one of those corporations getting ready to hit the trillion mark. What are they? 800 billion, 600 billion, 500 billion. Zuckerberg is just a whatever, right? But we're drilling down to that $100,000. Do you realize the $100,000 here doesn't pay the utilities for like a month at the Facebook World headquarters, whatever? Worth of divisive ads on hot button issues purchased by a shadowy Russian company linked to the Kremlin. You realize in communism, everything's linked. I get so damn tired of linked to the Kremlin. It don't matter who you're doing business with today. What is the capital of friggin' China? What is their capital? I don't know right off the top of my head. But anyhow, it's not Peking, is it?
I assume it's Beijing.
Beijing. All right, I know. Peking, Beijing. Okay, all right, we'll go with Beijing. All right. Do you realize no matter who you're dealing with today in China, if you are an international businessman, if you're an international businesswoman, don't attack. If you're doing any kind of business whatsoever, if you've got a McDonald's in Beijing, your McDonald's is linked to, because nothing in communist countries takes place or there's any activity that's not linked to. They run it all at the end of the day, okay? They give the perception that it's free market. That would be our government. Interesting. Perception of free market. Hot button issues purchased by shadowy Russian companies linked to the Kremlin. Most of the 3,000 ads, now that really swayed it, didn't it, Hillary? Did not refer to particular candidates, but instead focused on decisive social issues like race, gay rights, gun control, and immigration. According to a post on Facebook, between June of 2015 and May of 2017, were linked to some 470 fake accounts and pages. Okay. Facebook officials said the fake accounts were created by a Russian company called the Internet Research Agency, which is known for using troll accounts to post social media. All right. Facebook staff members on Wednesday briefed Senate and House Intelligence Committees. Now, they're probably up there amazed how this works. These old white men. I'm sorry, you can get me. Well, then you throw in Dianne Feinstein, and that's like an old white man anyway. Okay? But old white men sit up there, and you have the Facebook kids show up in their Uber. They get an Uber, they get over there, they show up, they're wearing T-shirts, they're wearing Chuck Taylor Converse, skinny jeans. Oh my God, the thought of what's happening here. Okay, T-shirts that don't fit, and most of them say Star Wars. I mean, can it get any worse? So the Facebook, Facebook staff members on Wednesday briefed the Senate and House Intelligence Committee, which are investigating the Russian intervention into American elections. Mr. Stamos indicated that Facebook is also cooperating. They're cooperating. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. You need to pay attention. They're cooperating with investigators for Robert S. Mueller III, the special counsel, writing that we have shared our findings with U.S. authorities investigating these issues, and we will continue to work with them as necessary. You got these old white men going up there. Could you explain trolling? Could you explain trolling? Could you tell us what that really means? Could you see Chuck Grassley asking that question? I'm 92 years old. Could you explain what this whole internet thing's all about? I don't have a Facebook page myself. My granddaughter does. I know that's terrible, right? But what the hell? Really? Let me tell you what. $100,000 is nothing in ads, period. Nothing, okay? Nothing in ads. Second, guess what, guys? That girl that sent you a friend request, she doesn't like you. She doesn't want to know you, okay? You understand? So if you're sitting at home and you get a Facebook friend request and she looks pretty darn good and she doesn't know whether to wear clothes or not, and she sends you a request to be a friend, she is not for real. That would be a fake account. Fake. All the time, fake accounts. You could set up, there's more fake accounts on Twitter, Facebook, all the time, all over the world, not just the Russians. Fake accounts after fake accounts. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fake accounts. Okay? They're not real people. Fake accounts, I study, now I don't know it inside out, but I will tell you this. Our business is an internet business. Our business is very social media. Rose will tell you we have a social media director. I study, if anything comes out today, now you might laugh, But I'll never forget hearing yik yak. And I said, what the hell's a yik yak, right? I went, I looked it up, I studied it. If there's anything in social media in any way whatsoever, I go study it because that's our business. Trolling. All right? So it knows if you go to certain websites and it trolls. What does that mean? Folks, I'm just going to tell you, most of you probably know this, but like if you click on a pair of shoes on a website and then you go to every single website and you can't figure out how the hell do they know I'm here? Okay? And Google has a thing called adware. Okay? And you go to Google adware and you sign up and you control anything. I can put all kinds of things in there to make sure it trolls and follows you. And it tells you the same thing. This is not just the Russians. And $100,000 is nothing, folks. Absolutely nothing to do ads that troll in certain markets. But they act like this is some kind of revelation that people are creating fake ads. They're creating fake trolling. They're doing some kind of revelation. Do you have something, Richie?
It's just funny that they also think that people are too stupid to not know the difference between what's real and fake. It's obvious some of these stories that you see that are fake, completely fake stories. You know what I mean?
Well, I will say this. I will say this. When I see on Facebook Hillary Clinton in handcuffs and the story says Donald Trump just had Hillary Clinton indicted and arrested, I'm thinking, I bet that's fake. But then again, there's the guy in his mom's basement down there somewhere that might think that Hillary got arrested, and I don't know. I don't want to pass judgment on those people. If they really think that, I can't help them. The point is, Facebook accounts, watch for the big thing. All right, I got to leave this. Watch for the big thing. What is the end here? Because there is nothing. There's absolutely nothing to this Russian investigation. When I say nothing, I know they're going to find something, okay? They have to find something to prove their existence. But if Mueller is actually, and these people are actually bringing in Facebook to talk about $100,000 worth of ads for fake web page, fake pages, Facebook pages, okay? You better look at the big picture of this. You better look at where they're really going with this. And I'm telling you right now. I would stay on that, but that's one of those stories with Facebook. I want you to stay on the big picture and keep an eye on it. Now let's talk about put up Frank 1. Okay. Now this is Frank 1. That's all right. Just find me Frank 1. All right. And we'll get to the UN in a minute. I'm not going to forget about Donald Trump going up to the UN. I just want to get this one out real quick. Okay, I had the story up here. But yeah, this is Frank. Maybe I have it here. Hold on. Stay with me. Oh, there it is. And he's 11 years old. And Trump lets 11-year-old boy... Ah, crap. Oh, did I say that on a cracker? I'm sorry. So it's one of those sites that won't let me go unless I pay. But Trump lets 11-year-old boy mow the White House lawn. What's his name? Frank Gigliani or Gugliani or what's his name? I don't have it pulled up. But this little kid's 11 years old. He wrote the president a letter. Okay. Can you play the video? This is Frank 1. Now, the only reason I pulled this picture, all right, see, here's what Donald Trump is telling Frank, all right? This was a very bad memory for me. I looked at this picture and I said, oh my God, I mean, this is the picture that scarred me for life. And the only thing I could think, you know what Donald Trump is telling this kid? Frank, you better have this grass cut before I get home from work. I'm serious, that's what it looks like to me. Frank, you better have this grass cut before. When my dad left, he would say, this grass better be cut before I get home from work. There's a president of the United States encouraging Frank, 11 years. What a Honda commercial. A Honda hits a home run with this thing. Let's play this little report here on this video.
This is Frank. He's going to be very famous. He's going to be a Navy SEAL someday. He's going to do great things for our country. Thank you, man.
go, so we'll be back. All right, thanks,
Frank, who
guys.
did you say you wanted to thank?
That would be my dad, Sarah Saunders, Donald Trump, and a couple other people. But I can't mention them.
11-year-old boy going door to door wanting to know if he could cut your grass. Now there's a novel thought, right? 11-year-old boy going door to door saying, can I cut your grass and these are my prices? Just saying. I've got a mower, I'll cut the grass. Now for me it was $5, okay? Here's Frank, his dad, and Trump. Leave it there. For me it was $5. Now, I want to tell my grass cutting experience. I used to make $40 a week cutting grass. Seriously. Door to door, okay? And my family taught me a lot in my grass cutting business. And I want you to figure out what all I learned during my 10-year-old grass cutting business. A, I made $40. B, that was from neighbors, $5 a lawn a week. Oh, I cut grass every day. Get up in the morning, cut all day long. B, to use the mower that my father owned and purchased, I had to cut our grass for what at that time I thought was for free. I thought I was cutting the grass for free, but really I was leasing the equipment and I didn't understand all these details yet, so I had to do my yard. So every time I was cutting my own yard, I was like, this doesn't pay. All right, but anyhow, so I had to cut my yard. Then there was the guy up the street that lost his job. Just saying, lost his job, had a wife, whole house full of kids. Now here's the kicker. I'm going to throw this in. And had a sorry son that was about 19 years old that drank beer and wouldn't get his ass off the couch. Never forget till the day I was dying. Okay? Never forget this till the day I die. This guy's sorry ass laid on the couch, 19 years old. He was living in the house. He already had a wife, a kid. And my mom, till the day I die, made me cut Miss Blank's yard, because that was her friend, at no charge because Mr. Blank lost his job and they didn't have the money. Oh yeah, that one really smoked me. I have the full names on that one, okay? Now that was two. A, cut my own yard to pay for the equipment. B, cut the one lawn a week, and think I still made $40. Cut the one lawn a week because Mr. So-and-so lost his job for no money at all. Just giving back to my community. And C, the neighbor that moved that would pay me when they got home. So there was a neighbor that was moving, their house was for sale. They asked my mom and dad if I could cut their grass, why they were moved to North Carolina, and while they were moving to North Carolina, their house sold. So when their house sold and they came for the closing, I'm like, they had debt. I was like, come on already, man. I mean, you owe me. They showed up and paid me, and not only paid me, they bought me the most beautiful, you remember the director's chairs? UNC Tar Heel director's chair. So it's a 3. Grass cutting. What's the odds? They're going nuts. He's 11 years old. I have said on this show over and over again, I think we need a couple generations of our kids cutting the grass again. Would not hurt. Would not hurt. Now I know I just offended all the kids that do cut grass and the moms and dads that say my kid cuts grass. Not talking about them, but I think instead of playing video games, maybe we could go back like Frank and cut the grass for a couple generations, cut our own lawn. Now, Frank's going door to door. So I want to ask a question. Wonder how long before the media finds Frank, and wonder how long before they find Frank and they go through his customer list. And I wonder how long before they find Frank, go through his customer list, and see if he has the appropriate amount of insurance to run this very highly dangerous business. And go and see if Frank has filed the proper paperwork to be 11 years old to cut grass, and see if he has all the proper permits and license. Wonder how long it'll take before they find him. I'll tell you, it's equal to the kid on the side of the street with the lemonade stand. Watch and see. Just my prediction. What?
They're already saying it about the White House.
What about the White House?
That he didn't have, the president doesn't have proper insurance on it and all of that kind of stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw that somewhere yesterday. Let me see if I can find it.
Told you. Yeah, how long before they search Frank out? All right, well, take Frank down, but if you find that, let me know and we'll bring it in. Folks, the president is going to the United Nations. All right? Going to the United Nations today. And there's 2 things I want to see out of the United Nations. His speech. Will Donald Trump go to the United Nations and give an American First speech like he campaigned on? Or will he give a globalist American appeasement speech? We're going to appease them, whatever they want, we're okay. What will he give? What kind of speech will he give today at the United Nations? America first? Remember all the negative press on NATO. And you see, one of the reasons that Russia, which we're busy looking to see if they bought $100,000 linked to the Kremlin, if they bought $100,000 worth of Facebook ads, $100,000. But Russia has known for quite some time the deterioration in NATO. I mean, NATO was at rock bottom before President Donald Trump, and the media went berserk wanting to know why he did not Article 5, right? Article 5 or Article 7, I don't know which one it was, but the article that says, if you attack one, you attack all. And Trump did not say, we support Article 5. Trump didn't say it. Trump didn't say he supported NATO. But the reality of what happened is Trump said everybody had to pay their fair share. Trump had to say, the NATO General Secretary says NATO's better than it's been in years now. It's better than it's in recent history. That countries are starting to pay their fair share. They actually are getting new equipment. They're actually being able to do things they have not done in the past. And Russia realizes that a strong NATO is a problem in that Eastern Europe bloc that they want to control once again. So that being said, will Trump go to the UN and actually say America first, and here's the direction we're going, and how will he handle North Korea? I have told you over and over, North Korea, that is a box situation. That it's definitely a box that we're in. We've been in that box, okay? The guy has launched numerous missiles over us. We keep saying that we will destroy North Korea. Do you realize if you will look at North Korea and you do a radius around Hiroshima, is that where where did we drop the bomb we dropped 2.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Nagasaki in Japan. Look at the years of look at the radiation, and that is back, in World War II. Look at today's weapons, okay? So we dropped the mother of all bomb, thinking the bomb just, where we can just do it and get, and have it over with, thinking that may deter him. We sent Tomahawk missiles into Syria thinking, this old whack job Kim Jong Un, or whatever his name is, whatever, how you pronounce that. We thought that all of these things would let him know that Trump's not a pushover. But let me tell you what he knows, if you will pay attention to when Communist China from one side and Russia from the other side, that has been since World War II. And they have supported North Korea. So you keep saying, what are we going to do about North Korea? Well, that's Russia and China. And until I don't feel we can do a preemptive strike. If we do, I hope things work out. But I don't know that we can. Because China says they will get involved and Russia will get involved. And we got a problem. I'm going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after these messages. McLovin and his fake ID. When is the last time you got carded? Does that have any interest on it? Oh, yeah, roasted. We'll look at the interest we have on that during the break. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Take us a break.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air,
Hi, I'm Casey McGraw, the General Manager of Schottenkirk Ford. We're going to start doing something here at Schottenkirk that we're really excited about. You may have already noticed our Facebook page, the new edition of the 360-degree videos. This allows the user to control the video in virtual reality and see it from any angle you choose, simply by moving your device or scrolling with your finger or your mouse. At Schottenkirk, we've decided to take this groundbreaking technology and apply it to the car shopping experience. Now, if you're interested in a new truck, a family car, or a brand new convertible Mustang, you can simply log on to our Facebook page or our YouTube page and see it for yourself in full HD 360-degree detail. Or contact one of our sales associates who will send you the link directly. If you like what you see and want to take it for a test drive, simply stop on by and take it for a spin. At Schottenkirk Ford, we're committed to not only keep up with new market technology, but we strive to be innovators, while always keeping your comfort and convenience as our #1 priority. So follow us on Facebook, check out our new 360 VR videos, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
The Mercedes-Benz, Richie, I just sent you an email with 4 pictures. If there's any way we can get them ready before the end of the show. If not, I will survive, okay? But if not, I just sent you 4 pictures.
Those pictures and video, by the way, courtesy of Tyler Ellis.
Okay, thank you, Tyler. That is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium down there. Falcons, Green Bay Packers. I think the Falcons won. I do not watch NFL, as you all know here. If you're new to the show, I'll give you that. I don't watch the NFL. Now, we asked this one, and leave it to Judy to go a direction I wasn't even thinking about, Rose. I mean, were you thinking about this? I wasn't even thinking about this. But maybe I got to start thinking about this. You know what I mean? You know where McLovin... Here's the thing. You remember McLovin had the fake ID so he could buy beer, right? I'm going to get me a fake ID so I can get the senior discount. I'm going to do that. Have a fake... The opposite. Go the opposite. George Costanza. Judy said, we asked you out there, when is the last time you were carded? And Judy sent us a message that said, every time I ask for the senior discount. I love it. Thank you. That was great, wasn't it, Rose? Every time I ask for the senior discount. When is the last time? We have that on our Facebook page. We put it on Twitter. Facebook, we put it on Twitter. When is the last time you were carded? And we didn't specify, like when buying alcohol or anything. Just when's the last time you've been carded for something? All right. What do I have to remember? Let me go through and make sure.
We have Judy's comment on there, by the way. Judy Oglesby, thank you for your engagement with us.
Okay. Face the Nation yesterday. They always called in John McCain. I thought John was dying. I thought he was dying. Put up John McCain, Face the Nation yesterday. I mean, yesterday John McCain's on there because they obviously got to go always good. And I thought he was dying. I mean, I thought they flew him in on a special jet. I thought they had round-the-clock nurses. I thought he was so brave when he flew in from Arizona to give the thumbs down on repealing Obamacare. I thought they brought him in on a stretcher and everything. I mean, there was the bravery of this man all that weekend. Well, hell, now his ass is sitting upright just on Face the Nation, you know, being the globalist and the George Soros friend that he's always been. Just had to throw that in there. Rex Tillerson's on there. There is room, wiggle room, folks, in the Paris Climate Accords when Donald Trump said that. Remember, don't forget, Rex Tillerson talking about North Korea. We've exhausted them. We're diplomatic. He gave his 3 points, okay? He gave his 3 points of, it's 4 points, and Rex Tillerson, I had that in here. The Paris Climate Accord, let's see, peace for pressure campaign, okay? Peace for pressure campaign, all right? And yesterday, what I thought was interesting, you notice that when it comes to the Iran deal, we're trying to get out of the Iranian deal. We really are. We need to get out of the Iranian deal. It's a bad deal. Everybody knows. But this week, you're going to hear that they are technically complying. Oh, my God, get me the nitro. I mean, I need one under the tongue right now. I swear to God, my heart's about to stop. I mean, technically complying. Tillerson said they're technically in compliance. Now, it's interesting, but over on the other network on ABC, when McMaster was being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos, the claymation doll, George said, but Iran, are they not technically in compliance? Right? Now, hold that there just a minute because I want to pull that up, what you just did. So that was Tillerson on CBS. Now, you went somewhere, which I'm glad you did, but you went so. Trump administration seeks to avoid withdrawal from Paris Climate Accord. International climate officials say. Trump administration officials said Saturday that the U.S. would pull out, that the U.S. wouldn't pull out of the Paris Agreement, offering to re-engage in the international deal to fight climate change. Now, don't you think it's interesting about this time when the hurricanes came through, it seems to be a convenient, like Al Gore would say, an inconvenient truth. Is this an inconvenient truth that the globalists and the climate change people and the Paris Accord, wouldn't this be played up at exactly the right time? Now, the Trump administration and the White House are denying this. Now, you remember, but Trump left wiggle room, folks, when he said he was pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord. He said that they would renegotiate the terms because it's like we stop. It's real simple, all right? I mean, people are going to say you can't make it that simple. We stop everything. We have stopped our manufacturing. We have stopped everything. We stop all of our carbon emissions, God forbid, all right? We even cut down all the trees so they'll stop emitting carbon. Don't they do that also by nature? I just wondered, okay? But anyhow, we'll stop all the carbon emissions, okay? Period. And we will let China and India and all of them catch up. We will let them catch up. And when they catch up, they'll stop too. But we'll give them a chance to get on that equal playing field. Just, it's a weird solution. But that being said, the president said, we'll renegotiate this. It wasn't the French president that said, no. Where's Pepe Le Pew? We need Pepe Le Pew. The French president said, no renegotiation, Donald. And that's not French. I can't do French, okay? But anyhow, so no renegotiation. So what if they're saying they're renegotiating? Is that the wiggle? So watch the Paris Climate Accords. Okay, is there anything I left out today? I have those other two pictures. I don't want to use them. All right, don't want to use them, okay? And here's one I want to leave you with. Show's not over, but Trump voters are not listening. When they said, pull up Laura Ingraham one more time. I want to close with this today. Laura Ingraham and Laura Ingraham.
I'm looking for her. We had a lot of visuals today.
Yeah, no, Laura. I want Laura and Rush. Now, I think everything's set up for the 2018 election. That's what I think. Everything's set up for the 2018 election.
There's Rush. Still looking for Laura.
I think I did Laura because it's on Meet the Press. I think MTP is the first thing. Okay? But here's Rush wanting to know if... Here's Rush wanting to know... Well, that's okay.
There's Laura.
Right. Rush wanted to know if, you know, the president's tone deaf. Laura wanted to know, could he chant, "We'll build samples of the wall"? All right? The point is they were saying Trump voters are not listening to Breitbart. This is what they were saying on the Sunday shows. Trump voters are not listening to Breitbart because they were talking about all of the right, far right, being upset with Trump over DACA. This could be Trump 2.0. 2018, Trump 2.0. Wonder who's been talking about that. I have. Folks, Trump cannot do this in 8 years. There's things you don't like that he's doing. Okay? But you knew he was a Manhattan liberal. In a lot of ways, the day he came down that escalator, I knew he was from Manhattan. I knew he hung out with some liberal people in Manhattan. I knew he was a New Yorker. Okay? But I'll tell you what, he's a businessman first and foremost, and he knows what it took, what happened in this country, and how this country was once as great as it. Let me get past that. So they say, well, wait a minute. They won't listen to Laura. Trump's voters won't listen to Laura Ingraham. Trump's voters won't listen to Rush Limbaugh. Trump's voters won't listen to Breitbart. Breitbart is fielding candidates, folks. Fielding candidates. And you're going to try to figure out. I think there's a method to this madness. I got to give my friend Frank the shout out. Trump's playing chess. They're all playing checkers. I think there's a method. You cannot figure out why is Donald Trump going to Alabama to campaign for Luther Strange, a Mitch McConnell protege? Why? Just last week he doesn't like Mitch. Why? Why is he not down there for a candidate that would seem to resemble more a Donald Trump candidate, Roy Moore? Former Alabama Chief Supreme Court Justice Roy Moore, the Ten Commandments guy. Why? Breitbart is supporting Roy Moore. Okay? I think he's 10, 12 points up in the polls. Is that election tomorrow? And he's going today. All right? And what if Roy Moore wins and Donald Trump goes today to Alabama, the great place where Jeff Sessions first joined him on stage and put on the little short guy, put on that white cap? And the candidate that Trump endorses loses. What will that say? I'll tell you what it says when the media says, hey, they won't listen to Laura Ingraham. They won't listen to Breitbart. They won't listen to Rush. They won't listen to BKP. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Donald Trump is pushing, if you plan, and you are a conservative, and you plan to run, it is now, because Donald Trump is pushing his supporters into those camps. Pushing them. And they will listen to Breitbart, and they will listen to Laura Ingraham, and they will listen to Rush. And Donald Trump's pushing him there. And guess what? Last week was the Great Awakening. Right? We can't let the Trump supporters get complacent. We can't let the Trump supporters get comfortable. We can't let them get sleepy. We can't say, oh, our man is elected, the swamp is drained. We can't do that. Steve Bannon told you this is a 20-year counter offense to a 50-year situation. The swamp is a successful business model. This is not the drain the swamp is not a Donald Trump by himself, okay? Now, Donald Trump, he's not going to be there when we finish the swamp draining. Not going to be there. I mean, we're going to have to bring in, let's use the whole thing. Let's use the visual. I don't know if you ever use the old sump pump or throw the pump in a flood and it gets clogged up and it burns up the motor, or you have a motor. Hey, look, we're going to go through a couple pumps in the swamp. We're going to go through several people operating. We're going to go hoses with a leak that we got to replace. Just think the whole thing out. So I'm telling you right now, they have re-energized the Trump voter. They have re-energized the core. They have pushed the core. It was the Great Awakening last week. Great Awakening took place last week for the Trump voter, the conservative, the real conservative Republican, and it is time. I think you're going to see seats like Charlie Dent. That is a Tuesday group. We'll go on more on that later in Pennsylvania. You're going to see a Roy Moore go to Washington, D.C. Instead of a Luther Strange. You're going to see conservatives. What did I tell you the other day? And I want to end with this because I got one more thing. I got some pictures I want to show. I am okay if we do not change the number of seats in the House at all. I do not want to get up Wednesday morning in the 2018 election and hear some George Stephanopoulos or Joe Scarborough or facelift Minka say to me, the Republicans gained seats. Gained seats, okay? I don't want to hear how many seats we gained the next morning. I want to hear how many Republicans are gone that are actually Democrats, moderates, liberals, Tuesday group. I want to hear how many Republicans are gone and replaced with conservative Republicans to add on to the numbers we need to drain the swamp. That's what I want to hear. Hey, Saturday. Now, when I talk about Blue Ridge, you're going to hear me say, this is my favorite thing. And you're going to be like, well, it seems like everything, how could everything be your favorite thing? But this Blues and Barbecue, I tell you what, I go up, I say at least on Saturday, I say, yeah, I'm going to go up for about an hour. I say it every year. She knows better. I'm going to go up for about an hour, okay? All right, early afternoon, I'm going to go up for about an hour. Man, I am right there till they finish the Muddy Waters tribute at 9:30 at night. I'm right there at the stage. Give me a couple of my pictures. You got some of those pictures up? I don't remember this guy right here. I forget his name. Billy something. But give me another one of my pictures there. I don't remember the guy's names. I didn't write them down. There's the Blues and Barbecue stage. We had a big Blues and Barbecue. StayinInBlueRidge.com if you're looking to come up and join. That is the Blue Ridge Lodging Association, the Blue Ridge Lodging Association. StayinInBlueRidge.com. Oh, here's the give me. Oh, stop there. Right there. Now, I know that's not a Blues. That is Albert's bacon-flavored boiled peanuts. Bacon-flavored boiled peanuts. Right there. Now, I want to tell you the good part about that right there. That's the big wooden spoon gets in the big cooker right there. Now, here's the thing. I stopped by Albert's, boiled peanuts. Albert, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing good, BKP. Do you have the bacon flavor this year? I sure do. Get a spoonful of those and show them the BKP. So he gets a spoonful right there, and here's the kicker on this one. Then he says, put those in a bag for BKP. Oh. And then I felt bad. I was thinking, hey, you got jalapeno also? Bacon flavored boiled peanuts. I got another picture. This is my shot. Oh, look at that. That's it, folks. 9:59. I did not get my call. Let me tell you to close. I am working on a breaking story up in the city of Blue Ridge that I had to get. I know the general information on the story, but as you well know here at FetchYourNews.com, we do not do the story until we're clear on the facts. So Johnny, you'll just have to wait till tomorrow, and so will the rest of you. I'm your host, BKP. What is today, Monday? We're going to be at Union tonight. We're going to be at Circuit World in Blairsville at 7 o'clock. Team FYN Sports. There you go. 7 o'clock for the Union Panthers playback show with Coach Brian Allison and players. Let's go. We're out of here.
Going to be good to see those guys.